concept. We're going to be talking about racism, in addition to really just knowing what it feels like to feel grounded, and then bloom up from that and really focus on unconditional love. So there's a lot of media coverage right now on this topic, and I think it's important for us to create that platform for children, one, to know how to talk about these sort of things, two, tying it into their experience. There's a lot of kids that get bullied at school, and just allowing them to really feel comfortable coming to us and expressing what their experience with racism, or just having some sort of negative experience in a peer situation that they felt driven to do because they didn't have that voice to speak up about injustices in the world. So I think yoga really helps us to not only feel that within ourselves, how to blossom out of those negative situations, it also helps bring that community together of kindness and love and compassion. So just a little heads up, parents, before you start the video for your kiddos, that's going to be what we're talking about a little bit today, using some certain, technology or ideas for them to focus on during our meditations to really help foster a more positive outlook on how we can do our part and really make this community and world filled with love and not with hate. So that is our topic today. So that's just take a second to breathe. I'm sitting in easy pose, crisscross yogi sauce. I'm going to take one hand, put it on my heart, one hand, put it on my belly. Just start taking some breaths. Slowly breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Go at your own pace. Good. Big breath in. Loudest exhale out. Slowly open your eyes if they were closed. So we're going to start our yoga today with a meditation, and then we're going to end our yoga today with a meditation. And so the first chakra we're going to work on today is our root chakra. It's the color red, and it's right on the base of your bottom. And this is really good for grounding. If you're coming down, feeling centered or balanced or still, working with this chakra can make us feel a lot better and a lot more balanced. And so today for our mudra, we're going to do a little hand position as we sit. And this one's good for surrender. So what I want us to think about during our meditation, I'll show you how to do the hand in 1 second, is I want you to think in your head what the word surrender means to you. Okay, we're going to set our timer for 2 minutes. We'll hold our mudra, and we'll just think about what the word surrender might mean if you've ever heard it before. Okay, so this one's real fun, and it's pretty easy to make. So you're going to start by taking both fingers, and you're going to make both hands, you're going to make your quiet coyote. Okay, your thumb touches the 2 middle fingers, and then you've got your 2 little ears right here. And then we're going to take our fingers and we're going to touch them together just like this. Okay, so we make our quiet coyote, and then these 2 fingers touch, and we're just going to hold it right in front of our heart space right here. Okay, so find a nice comfy seat to sit on the ground. Maybe you sit on a pillow if you'd like. And we're just going to take 2 minutes. If you'd like to close your eyes, you can. If not, that's okay. You quietly sit still. I want you to think about what the word surrender means to you. As we sit, focus on your breath, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. What comes to your mind when you think of the word surrender? Nice work. Keep going. Last big inhale through your nose. Slow exhale. Slowly open your eyes. We warm up our hands or shake out our wrists. Sometimes holding a mudra or one of those hand positions can get a little tiring in our hands, so wiggle around if you need to. And so kiddos at home, what I want you to do next, if you are with someone, maybe share out loud with them if you feel comfortable what you think of when you hear the word surrender. If you're by yourself and you'd like to journal, you can write it down and, put the word surrender down and figure out what you want to kind of write to describe what you feel about it. I'm going to share what I think of when I think of surrender as far as this whole topic of racism goes. So racism is, judging someone by the color of their skin or by, some difference they have that's not like you. And for me, when I think of surrender to this situation, a lot of the times, we can see someone being bullied and we don't speak up. There's a lot of fear that we might not say the right thing. There's a lot of confusion that you might feel when you don't understand why your friend's being mean to someone just because of their skin or what they're wearing or what they had for lunch, any sort of thing that might be different from you. When I think of surrender, I want to just surrender to all the fear, that bubbling in your chest feeling that you don't know what to say when someone says something that's hurtful to you or someone else. Surrender to that fear. It can no longer have that power over you, and you can start to let your voice shine. And later on in class, we're going to work with our heart chakra, and we'll really talk about speaking from our hearts and that kindness. So for me, when I'm thinking of surrender, when I'm talking about people being bullied or racism, I'm talking about letting go of that fear so I can start to find my voice so that I can make a change and I can make some positive out of this, negative situation. Nice. Well, thank you for sharing. If you did share out loud with one of your friends at home or if you wrote in your journal, that's a really great step. All right, so we're going to move into some mindful movement next. I'm going to scoot back just a little bit so I've got some more room. We're going to start standing up. Nice flat feet on our mat. Maybe rock our legs side to side. Wake up a little bit. Nice job. We're going to stretch our arms up really, really high. Take a big breath in. Exhale, slowly come down and touch your toes. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Breathe in, just pick your head up, lift up your back. Breathe out, slowly fold. Slow as you can. Come up to standing. Palms face forward, big breath in. Nice, let's try that again. Reach our arms all the way up over our head. Maybe we say, hello, sun. Fold all the way down, tickle our toes. Big breath in, pick up your head. And out. Slow as you can. Come up to standing. We meet palms facing forward. Little look up and breathe. Inhale one more time. Arms all the way up over your head. Exhale, fold all the way down. Tickle your toes. Pick your head up. Pick your back up. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold all the way down. Last time, slowly roll up. And exhale, palms forward. Look up, take a breath. Nice job. Just do some gentle rock side to side, tap your hands, maybe walk around a little bit, see how that feels. So we're gonna do a lot of thinking today. As we move around, you might do some gentle tapping. And so this is always a nice way to kind of get out your wiggles if you feel like you need it. If we've been sitting or talking for too long, you can always come back to any of these exercises that kind of make you feel a little bit calmer. Good. Maybe we see how fast we can do it. Real fast. See how hard you can rock side to side. You rock harder. Do your arms move up higher? If you go slow, do your arms go down low? Play around with some silly arm twists. Nice. Now bring it really slow. Watch our arm sway change. Nice. And come to a still point. Shake out any last jitters that you might have. Nice. So we're going to start with some of our warrior series poses today. So we're going to do one of our humbled warrior to get started. So we're going to stomp out our front foot. You can pick whatever one you want to be first. I'm going to stomp out my right foot first. Big stomps and leave it down on the ground. We're going to bend our front knee just a little bit. Arms are going to come up nice and tall. I want you to take a breath in. Take a breath out. So as we were talking earlier, sometimes we might see someone that we know in class bullying someone, and we don't know what to do and we don't know what to say. Big breath in, reach your arms back, reach out with your heart. And I want you to think what it would feel like for someone to say something that hurt your feelings. Big breath in. And breath out, pulled all the way down. Try to touch the ground. And I want you to think of what that would feel like and what you would like to say to someone. Big breath in. Big breath out. Slowly pick your head up. Come back to the middle. Bring our legs, switch them out. Give them a little shake. Stomp out our other foot. So what would it feel like for you to have that voice, for you to speak up for your friend, or for you to speak up for yourself? Stomp our foot down. Little bend. Reach our arms up. Nice warrior pose here. And I want you to try to think of how you could surrender to that fear. Breath in, reach your heart forward. Whatever is stopping you from saying, hey, that wasn't nice. We're all the same. We're all human. Big breath in. And no one deserves to be bullied. Big breath out. Maybe they're not friends with your friends, but that doesn't mean that we need to be mean to one another. Let's focus on kindness and love and friendship. Big breath in. Come back to the middle. Switch out our feet. Wiggle around. Nice. Let's stomp out that first foot again. So again, close your eyes. See if you can balance. If you don't want to close your eyes, that's okay. And see what it might feel like as you have your eyes closed if you took the yogi challenge to just surrender to the fear you might fall down and be strong in your stance. Squeeze everything in. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Stick your tongue out. Lion breath out. Good. Big breath in. Let's do that lion breath out one more time. Stick out your tongue. Big breath in. Reach your hands back. Heart space opens up. Feel your heart. Big breath in. Switch out those legs. And as we work on being courageous and learning how to surrender to that fear that we might fall, we might say the wrong thing, really learning to trust ourselves and our hearts. Big breath in. Close your eyes if you want to take a yogi challenge. Big breath in. Feel nice and strong. Squeeze in all together. Open your eyes. stick out your tongue, big line breath here. Nice work. Big breath in again. Reach your hands all the way back, opening up our heart and coming back together. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So sometimes I used to think that surrendering meant giving up, and it's really just giving up the things that don't serve you anymore. And so if you notice wrong things being done, give up that fear and speak with your heart. Stretch your hands up nice and high. Good. Slowly come down. Big breath in, arms come up one last time. Big breath out. All right, big breath in, stomp that big foot down. Big breath in. Big breath out. Reach our hands on back. Open up our hearts. Big breath out. Come on down. Big breath in. And come together. Nice work. Wiggle it out. And find a comfortable yogi seat on the ground. Those were some big moves there. We're going to come back down, crisscross yogi sauce. And I want us to just check back in again. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Let's check in with our breath. Breathing in through our nose, breathing out through our mouth. How are we feeling in our bodies? Is our breath big? Is our breath small? Do we feel calm? Do we feel excited? How is yoga making our body feel right now? I'm definitely feeling more calm and grounded after moving out and doing some of our lion breaths. Then now I feel more comfortable to take a seat and move on to some twists. Just like when we were smacking our arms back and forth, we're going to do some twists to kind of move around. So taking our arms out like the letter T, I want you to twist around and put your opposite hand on your opposite knee and just look over your shoulder. Nice twist, not too hard. Breathing in through our nose, breathing out through our mouth. Twist again. Big breath in, big breath out. Try to move with breath, breathing in, breathing out. Few more. Come to the middle, warm up our hands, and place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. See how you feel. So something that's important to learn is how to see what we're feeling on the inside, especially when we talk about feeling grounded. A lot of times for me, if I'm talking about something that might be kind of difficult, I usually feel a little ungrounded or unbalanced. And so I like doing yoga and breath work to help kind of center me back in there. So that way I can say what I want to say in the moment and not feel too upset or too angry. And that usually helps me a lot. So think about that as you start to share with your friends and your family about what we're talking about today. If you start to feel a little uncomfortable, you can always come back to doing some yoga and breathing first and then go back to your conversation about it. Nice. All right, so now we're going to come down. Hands going to go on our mat and our knees are going to go on our mat. We're going to work through some cat-cow pose together. So putting our hands on the mat, we're going to take a breath in, look all the way up. Breathing in, cow pose. Breathing out, stretch your back all the way up to the sky. Breathing out, cat pose. Breathing in, cow pose. Breathing out, cat pose. Few more, go at your own pace. Nice work. Nice job. Now I want you to come down and we're going to be sitting on our knees. So we're not in crisscross yogi sauce this time. Sitting down on our knees, and we're going to do a very similar cat-cow pose, but we're going to do it seated. So as we breathe in, we're going to take our hands from our knees and we're going to bring them to our sides of our hips. Breathing in, open up your heart. Breathe out, stretch your arms forward, touch your knees, round your back like a cat, and breathe out. Hands come close to your body, breathe in. Hands come far away from your body, breathe out. Two more, big breath in. Big breath out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Nice work. All right. So now we're going to come down on the ground onto our back. Let me make sure that you can see okay. That's a little better. All right. So we're going to lay nice on our back. We're going to have our feet, our legs up just like this. So laying down on the mat. You can have your arms come out like a letter T. And first, just let's take a minute to see what it feels like to be flat on our yoga mat. Maybe we can bring some mindfulness in. And what do you notice about what we're feeling? Is the ground hard? Is the ground soft? Maybe it's cold. Maybe it's warm. Take a second and notice what you're feeling. Bringing your attention to laying down on the ground. Nice. Now we're going to windshield wiper our legs side to side, rocking back and forth. Nice job. Come back to the middle. I want you to take your right leg first, and you're going to give your right leg a hug, and you're going to take your left leg and put it down on the mat. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Nice. Bring your foot back down to the mat and switch out your legs. Your left leg comes in, give it a nice big hug, and your right leg is flat. Give it a big squeeze. Switch them out. Right leg up, left leg down, big squeeze. Time to switch. Big squeeze to the left leg, right leg is straight. Nice job. Bring both of your legs to the middle again and windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Nice job. Bring both of your legs in, give yourself a nice big hug, and try to rock and roll like a tiny ball. Seeing how far you can rock all the way up. Are you able to sit all the way up on your bottom? Nice work. All right. How are you feeling? Check in. You put hand on your heart, other hand on your belly again, breathing in and breathing out. Okay. So to close this part of our yoga class for our root chakra, we're going to do some finger tapping, and then we'll move on to our next one. So we're going to say together as we tap each individual finger, I surrender to fear. Say it again. I surrender to fear. One more time. I surrender to fear. Nice. All right, you guys ready to learn about our second chakra today? All right, so this one is called our heart chakra. This is the color green. And this really focuses on opening up our heart space, really communicating with love and kindness to one another. And this is how we make a world a better place, okay? Inside and out for you and all your friends and your community. So we're going to do this little meditation before we start out with some poses. And this one is good for unconditional love. And so for me, what unconditional love means, well, we'll talk about that after we meditate. So I want you to think about, what does unconditional love mean? Maybe you've never heard the word unconditional before. If you haven't, that's okay. I want you to think about what love means, what it means to give it, to receive it, and how love makes you feel, okay? So for this mudra, it's going to be very similar to our quiet coyote, except these ones are up, and we're just touching our thumbs and our pinkies, kind of making this big bowl, just like that, okay? So taking thumbs, touch them, pinkies, touch them, and we're going to put it right here. Okay, I'm going to set the timer again for 2 minutes. And so if it was really difficult for you to sit for 2 minutes, you can always do this sitting in a chair, or maybe you do just want to lie down or stand up. However is comfortable for you, that's okay. I have a little pillow. And I want us to just sit quietly and think about what love and unconditional love means for us, okay? If you'd like to close your eyes, you can. If not, that's okay. And we begin closing our eyes. For me, breathing in and breathing out. Remember, it's okay to move around a little bit if you need. Sometimes sitting gets hard. Just try your best, and we'll go around if you need to. Come back to our mudra, our shape in our hands. Come back to thinking about love and what that means for us. If you notice your thoughts have wandered, a few more breaths here. You're doing great. Big breath in. Slowly open your eyes if they were closed. And warm up our hands. Take one hand, put it on your heart. One hand, put it on your belly. And so if you're with someone in the room, share with them what unconditional or love means for you. When I think of unconditional love, I think of my dog, Joey. He's one of the best examples of that for me. That dog loves me no matter what, who I am, all day, every day, is always happy to see me and is always following me around the house. And I love that dog just the way he is. He is the best friend in the entire world. He loves tennis balls. He loves going on hikes with me. And so when I think of unconditional love, for me, sometimes it's easier to think about something I love unconditionally, which means there's nothing he could do to make me not love him. So if it's a little bit hard for you to think about something or someone that you love, maybe think of it in another way, you know? Maybe there is something that you really, really love to do, right? Maybe you love doing a sport. You could love soccer unconditionally. Even if you had a bad game, you still love the sport if you lost. That's okay. You know, even if you didn't get to play and you had to be on the sidelines that game, you still love it unconditionally because it's your favorite thing. Okay. So now what I kind of want you to think about is, would it be possible to love everyone and everything just like that? If everyone in the world could treat everyone with kindness and love them with all their perfections and imperfections, what would the world be like? If more unconditional love existed, would there be bullying? Would there be racism? Or would we all be able to just accept each other with what we are and what we are not? Do you think that would be possible? I do. I think it's possible. With more love in the world, we can make so many great changes where one day we do live in a world where there isn't hate and there isn't racism and people are treated with kindness and respect. And I think it's our jobs as yogis, even if we're little yogis, to help spread that word, right? Help think more and speak more from our hearts and less from that fear mode that we talked about earlier. You know, when you feel that bubbling up inside you, sometimes it's a lot easier to speak louder if we're speaking from our hearts, okay? So we're going to move into some similar poses that we did earlier today, but we're going to be taking a bind behind our back where we're going to take both of our hands, clasp them together, and we're going to open and stretch out our heart space, okay? We're going to go back to our warrior sequence, so come stand on up. Nice job. Let's shake out our wiggles. Let's go back to some tapping. And so now when we do our poses, we're going to do them with an open heart. I want you to think about how those poses make you feel, different from when we did it with our heart maybe not so open, right? We didn't do a pose that actually stretched open our heart so we could give everyone a big heart hug. All right, so I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to put them behind my back. Okay, I'm going to keep a gentle little bend in my elbow so I'm not trying to reach my hands back really far. And we're going to try to keep them here. If you notice that it's hard to balance, that's okay. Take it slow. Okay, this is going to be a yogi challenge pose. You're going to stomp out that front foot. Nice stomps. Plant it down nice and strong. Big breath in. I want you to bring your hands down to the ground as you look up and open up your heart. Take a big breath in. Loud breath out. Maybe do a lion breath again. Nice job. Big breath in. Lion pose, breath out. Nice job. Take your arms, wiggle them out. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Bring them up to your head. Bring them down. Bring them up. Bring them down. Bring them behind your back again. Try to keep that nice little bend in your elbow. And slowly fold on down, but keep your hands together. Squeeze everything in. We hold for 3, 2, 1. Reaching your hands all the way to the back wall. Now all the way down to the ground. Nice job. Wiggle them out again. Come to the middle. Shaky shake. Nice job. Let's breathe in. Breathe out. Let's get ready to do that on the other side. Take our hands, open up our hearts, stomp that front foot forward. Nice job. Take our hands, reach them down to the ground, look all the way up. Lion breath if you'd like. Nice work. Slowly come up, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Breathe in and out. Breathing in, breathing out. Arms come behind our back. Open up that heart space and slowly fold it down. Bow your head. This is called humbled warrior. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly reach your hands behind you to the back wall. Now reach your hands all the way down to your feet. Big breath in, big breath out. Nice work. Come stomp our feet out. Then we twist a little bit again. Nice work. All right. Now we're going to slowly come back down. We're going to sit crisscross yogi sauce again. Big breath in. Big breath out. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Remember that question I asked earlier. How did doing those poses feel with an open heart space? With keeping our hands behind our back the whole time and only showing our heart forward? What was different? I'll share for me that it was harder. You know, for me to hold those poses like that with my heart face up and my hands behind my back, it was a challenge. And I really had to focus and remind myself what I was supposed to be doing. So if you're like me, what that means to me is speaking from your heart space and shining that forward. It takes work. It's sometimes hard. And so remember that speaking with kindness and speaking with love sometimes might feel like the harder thing to do. And sometimes we look for easy ways out, right? So just remember, it's a practice. We get better the more times we do it. So I challenge you to practice leading from your heart and really sticking with it, even if it feels hard. Okay? I know you can do it. Okay, take another big breath in. Slow breath out. All right, we're gonna come down to our bellies this time. Nice flat tummy. I think you can see me here. So we're gonna take our flat hand and we're gonna put a flat hand on the mat right in front of us. And our forearms right here, they're down on the ground. And we're gonna come up and just lift our head up just a little bit. Just like a sphinx. You guys learn about what a sphinx looks like in Egypt yet? Kind of this big sculpture statue. Sometimes they kind of have a cat-looking head. And they're sitting up nice and proud, really stretching out their heart. Maybe some of you guys have heard what it means to have a lion's heart, to be a courageous heart. And so sitting like this all day, imagine being a sphinx, holding this pose all day. That would take a lot of courage and a lot of strength, right? I want you to think and feel how big and strong your heart is. Maybe think of the color green. Slowly come down. You can put your head on the mat. Take a rest. Breathing in slowly. Breathing out slowly. Slowly pick your head up. Now this time what we're going to do is we're going to take that bind behind our back, just like we did in our warrior pose, but we're going to do it on the mat, okay? So I'm going to interlace my hands behind my back, just like this, and I'm going to slowly lift my chest and my heart up. Big tummy muscles here, breathing in, breathing out. Slowly put your head on the ground. Maybe switch out the ear you were laying on. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly pick your head up. Hands come behind your back again. Breathe in. Pick your tummy up. Breathe out. Lion breath. Slowly come down to the ground. Slowly pick your head up. Push yourself on up. Come back to sitting in crisscross yogi sauce. You sit on your pillow. We're going to slow down and start to close our class. Let's warm up our hands. Take one hand, put it on your heart. One hand, put it on your belly. And I want you to ask yourself how those two poses felt. Was it easier or harder when we opened up our heart from when we were standing, when we did those warrior poses? Is it easier or harder to do with an open heart? Just think. For me, I'm going to share that felt a little bit easier. You know, I had my whole body grounded to help lift up my heart. And so when I think about how that feels for me, it reminds me about the importance of being grounded, right? It was so much easier for me to lift my heart up and share that with the world when my whole body was on the ground and I felt more grounded. Once I was standing in those warrior poses, it was a little bit harder for me. And so I think what that means for me and what the best thing to learn from my share is it's a lot easier to speak from the heart when we're grounded and we have a lot of support. It's a lot harder to go out there and be a warrior and speak from your heart if you don't have any support. So thinking about what that support might mean for you, when we think about unconditional love, parents, caregivers, siblings, our families, and our friends, and our teachers, our community, those are all great people to turn to ask for support so that you can help your love light shine a little bit brighter. And it can be as easy as, giving someone a hug, giving someone a high five, telling them that you love them. If you're in a time where, right now where we can't actually be together, you can give them a call, you can write them a letter, and things like that always make me feel more love. And it helps me want to spread my love more when I can share it with people that I care about. Okay. So as we close our class today, I want to say thank you so much for maybe stepping outside of your comfort zone with me today and talking about something I think is really important to open up the conversation with kiddos, and really helping them understand what the word racism means, why it's important that we talk about these things and let our voices be heard, and hopefully let our heart spaces speak a little bit louder than our fear. I think that's really important to help kids learn. Kiddos at home, I hope this made you feel really grounded today and maybe lifted your heart up a little bit. I had a lot of fun. Again, my name is Megan, and today we'll close class with our Namaste Song. And for me, Namaste means the light and love in me sees the light and love in you. Sing with me if you'd like. Namaste, namaste is what we say, is what we say. It means peace and light to you and all your friends too. Namaste, namaste. One more. Namaste, namaste is what we say, is what we say. It means peace and light to you and all your friends too. Namaste, namaste. Together, we say yoga makes me strong, yoga makes me kind, yoga makes me peaceful. Thank you, friends. Enjoy the rest of your day today. See you soon.